Hi out there, everybody. How are you guys doing? We are live. This is the first live.
Yay.
Yay! I'm Grace Fraga, and
I'm Jasmine Fontes. Hey, friends.
yes,
Um,
and what are we going
Go
to talk
ahead,
about
Grace.
today?
Oh my gosh, we have our brains. They work differently since having chemo. So,
Girl, yes. Yes, and we have two people tuning in on our Healing Cancer Network channel, so it's working. The live is working there. Yay! Thank you guys for tuning in.
oh, well, I want to take a moment just to say I think I've got a little something funky going on with my
I
sound.
think you might have
Mhm.
Instagram open, and maybe it's showing. Maybe okay. She fixes that. Okay. Oh, it's you have feedback because you have a window open somewhere.
I am going to close it. And I'm going to
Okay,
close
close
it.
it up. Can you mute yourself while you do that,
I think I did it.
please? No.
Are we
Okay,
good? We did it.
I'll mute you. Okay, you did it. We're
I think
good.
so.
Yay! No more
Like, I'm a
feedback.
newbie. I'm a newbie to this world. Grace, thank you so much for making this easy. That was pretty simple. It was a click and a click. But welcome, welcome. We're talking about Diagnosis Day. Grace and I have both gone through all of this, and it's pretty common in our society, in our world, that people have cancer, many, many variations. It's such a sad little ticker.
I
I
know.
have,
My
but it's true.
diagnosis day. I should put an emoji like
No.
I know. I know. So
But
we
it's
can
such
check
a
it out.
big, yeah, it's a big part of the experience the first
Hmm.
day getting the news because it feels pretty unbelievable. And just
Surreal.
yeah, surreal. So we're going to talk about it so that you can, whoever it is, whether it's you or a loved one or just someone you know, or you want to understand how it feels, to be more compassionate to other people in the world going through it. We'll share our experience. And if you want to share with us, we would love to hear from you about what you're going through. And we'll also do a little bit of activation to support you in a holistic sense as well in each of these episodes. Yeah.
Absolutely. When we
Yeah.
say holistic, doesn't mean don't do your treatment. We
Oh,
mean
no.
just for the treatment, right?
Yes.
Disclaimer.
Yeah. This big
Yeah.
disclaimer, by holistic, I mean breathing and
Yes.
walking, like the things that you do as a human, but in a very specific way. We'll get into some of the parasympathetic nervous system in a little bit, but um, just knowing that the activation of getting your diagnosis, that puts us in a fight or flight state. So um, it makes everything. I mean, for Grace, for me, I was pretty numb,
Yeah.
shock.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
the shock is incredible because if they call you to their office, which they did,
Yeah.
you know it's not good news,
Yeah.
right? So we went with that. I was just doing kind of voodoo, like please no, not let it be, and
Yeah.
like doing voodoo on a cancer cell or something, but yeah, when I got it too, I was in shock, and then all I could think of was my dad who passed away from stage 4 lung cancer and his chemo and all that. So I stayed quiet like you in shock. And
Mhm.
I was like, in my head, I was like, okay, Grace, shut up. Don't cry. Don't say anything. Just ask smart questions. That was what I was thinking. And so I asked her smart questions. And when I got into my car, girl, I did the most primal scream I've ever heard from me coming from like my gut. Like I can't even explain it. It was just, and I'm sure people heard it. I had the windows up, but I'm sure people heard it.
Yeah.
The pain, like the primal pain that I had, was something I never experienced before, and I was like, it was almost like I felt like my life was gonna end, and I was like, I feel like I'm young to go right now. Like I want to live longer.
Yeah.
So by the way, if you guys want to comment while we're talking, we will put your comments up and interact with you. Okay.
Yeah.
So how was it for you, Jazz?
Well, I'll get to that. I wanted to address your primal scream. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, from a wellness sense, what a beautiful, beautiful expression. Instead of holding on to that energy. So, right, cancer is that accumulation of the energy in one space that manifests in that certain way. Things can manifest in tons of different ways. Cancer is one iteration. When you primally release the energy from your gut, from your soul, it doesn't get to hang around. So in that moment, you gave yourself a beautiful gift. I'm sorry you had to experience it, but beautiful.
No, it was
Welcome.
actually very, thank you for your empathy. But it was actually good because that was, like you said, a release. And I think after that, I was able to be more balanced in my journey
Hmm.
until I got the diagnosis that it went to my lymph nodes. Then I freaked out because the lymph nodes go everywhere, right? And so I came home, girl. I screamed again, another primal scream, and cried. But I did not hold back. Like, I don't care if my neighbors call the police. Well, the popo come here and, oh my God, I went to my lymph nodes, arrest me. It's like, what are we going to do?
Makes me think about the your sitting on the toilet one in our promo opener, just talking about poop pains. I'm just trying to get
Yes.
that poop every time.
Oh,
Um,
girl, the thing
but
was
yeah,
not
primal
primal.
scream
It was
there.
like, yeah, it was like knives, like you were describing. That's exactly what it feels like.
Oh
Like
my god.
somebody's like going like
Yeah,
that or going like
yeah.
this, like
Well,
twisting your intestines. Like,
yeah, yeah. Well,
oh,
the primal piece though, like that, when you look in nature, right, we have like the Sahara, the antelope being chased by the lion. When the antelope escapes, assuming it does, so we're the antelope in this situation, what they do is they slump onto the ground, let it all go, and then they get themselves up, shake, 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 which is the primal scream for us. And we can actually do it through movement and activation, and that resets the nervous system. So instead of sympathetic being activated, that,
yeah.
oh my gosh, how am I going to survive? We go
Mhm.
into, okay, I'm safe. My
Mhm.
mind can clear. What's next?
Exactly,
Right?
exactly. And
Yeah.
but I had a lot of crying to do and stuff. But yes, absolutely. I was all throughout my cancer journey, I was very alert as far
Mm,
as like what doctors told me, the
yeah.
questions that I asked, the research that I did. I don't just Google WebMD. I don't do that. I go to like studies,
Yeah.
studies that have been done and like the results and the thesis of those studies, which actually vary sometimes.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they do.
they do. And then I went to the stats, which I do not recommend for cancer patients to go to the stats because that will actually program you to be like, oh, what if I'm in the 40% that doesn't make it?
Mm-mm.
I don't
No,
want to
no,
know.
no.
Nah.
No, yeah, I'm a fan of never looking at any of those numbers. If your family wants to look or whatever, I don't. So I'm of a mind that again, what we feed ourselves in through our eyes is also something that infuses into our cells. And if, like you said, if you think, oh, what if I'm gonna be that one instead of this one,
Mhm.
that's just not a game we want to play. You're gonna make it. Period. And you know what? Best thing, it'll happen. Yes. If it doesn't, what harm did it do to think positively? No.
Nothing. Exactly. It kept you alive in a
Yeah.
more joyful state,
Yes. Every
and it doesn't matter how long we live. It's
yeah.
living in peace and joy, really. I know it sounds
Yeah.
super corny, like a Christmas card, but really, joy,
It's
peace, and cash. That's my third one. But
joy, joy, peace, and cash.
yes.
Love it. Okay, friends, joy, peace, and cash. We're making a shirt. It'll be out soon.
Oh my gosh, we should. By the way, yes, we're gonna have merchandise. We will.
Yeah,
We
why
will have
not? Oh,
yes.
I'm going to plug it too, friends. So the Healing Cancer Network, we are supporting other like nonprofits and things like that that are supporting people going through cancer. So if ever you choose to donate or buy or whatever, half of what it is, half of the profit, it goes to help people that are
Absolutely.
going through the same journey. So it's like we want to be really transparent. We want minimum 50% going out to the world
Yeah.
to make a
Yeah,
difference. It
absolutely.
matters.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're gonna do comedy fundraisers because I'm a stand-up
Yeah.
comic and I can
Yeah.
put up some killer lineups. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it probably live streaming. We're gonna do a live event and then we're gonna live stream. And it's just not gonna be cancer survivors, it's gonna be also people that maybe have been touched by cancer through their loved ones or a
Oh,
friend. Because we don't want it to be just the topic. You
yeah.
know,
Grace, you before you actually had your diagnosis, your dad, you were deeply touched by this.
Yes.
I was lucky enough. I had a friend who supported me through this, deeply affected by that, and her family as well. So, it makes a big difference, and I'm right there with you.
Thank you.
But oh my
Thank
gosh, you want to? Okay, so I'll tell you my story, which is
Yes, please. We
maybe
want to know.
your stuff. It sounds very like what I would expect to see on like TV, right? They take you into the doctor's office, right?
Yes.
I love the high drama.
Yes.
Um,
I am a drama queen. I'm a Leo after
Oh,
all.
but
Leo
yours
girl.
is like network drama, like we're
Yes.
syndicating this. Mine is like, I think like Lifetime TV movie or very sad, like independent film. Um, so I did my stuff, did the biopsy. Oh my gosh, you guys, we'll talk about that. But did my
That's
biopsy.
another episode.
That's a
Yes.
different
Your
episode.
biopsy.
Um, but it was a Friday. I know, like I mean, I'm sure anybody who's been diagnosed with anything, you remember the day, the time, the place you were. It's a massive event in life. So I'm in my room. I'm getting ready. It's in the evening, and I'm thinking, oh, I haven't heard from any of my doctors yet. This is the last day that anyone. They said you'll know by today, and I was like, this is great. The longer they wait, the more likely it is to be good news.
Yes.
Joke is on me. Um, I get a call. I guess it was, yeah, afternoonish. I get a call from a scheduler, appointment scheduler. She goes, "Hi, I'm speaking with Jasmine. Okay, yeah. I'm from the oncologist's office. I'd like to schedule you for blah blah blah." And I was like, "Okay, sure." But what? And then I go, "What's an oncologist?"
Oh no.
And she goes, "Um, has the doctor not called you?"
Oh,
I went, "No." And I was like, "Is an oncologist bad?"
yeah. Oh my God. The
Like,
fact that the doctor didn't call you.
they didn't
What?
call me for over an hour and a half.
Ah,
I ended up calling my doctor, left a message. Like, I made the appointment because I was like, okay, because I said, "Can you tell me?" She goes, "I'm not legally allowed to. I'm so sorry. No, you have to wait for their call. Should we schedule you an appointment?" I said, "Clearly we should. So thank you very much for calling. Let's do this." And then I called and called, and I'm just sitting there in paralysis, going in the absolute, sitting in my sympathetic nervous system, going, what does this mean? I don't understand. I'm not big on doctors. Like, give me a dentist any day of the week, any other kind of doctor. I'm not really familiar, like aside from your general checkups, because I'm vegan. I'm a yoga teacher. Like, I go out and sit in nature. I'm the person you see without shoes on. So me and doctors love them, respect it. I think there's absolutely a place in the world for them, but I'm not as familiar with that structure, the Western structure of medical care. Anyway, they call me, oh my, like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours later. And then give me the official diagnosis. And I was like, okay, kind of like you, holding it together and just like, I'm going to listen, I'm going to receive all of the information. And then as soon as I hung up, it was just tears. It was just absolute, like, I don't know what to do. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So that's my Lifetime drama movie. Welcome.
Yes, you're gonna make me cry. We're gonna cry a lot on these podcasts and these lives.
So that's again like two sides of the same coin. The very traditional medical version that you had, Grace, and my absolutely bananas. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, it's not the scheduler's fault. It's not the doctor's. Everyone, it just happened in, I think, the wrong order.
Yes,
But
yes,
but
absolutely.
they still took care of what they needed to take care of, and
Exactly.
I ultimately got the care that I needed. Um, but man, that was what a traumatic day. Oof.
Oh my goodness. It is beyond traumatic because it's
Yeah,
like your life is flashing
yeah.
right in front of you. Like I was like, okay, I've always done what I wanted to do. I've always achieved
Mm,
what I wanted to achieve. I've always followed my heart,
yeah.
and I'm happy I did that. If I die, if I unalive, right? We can't say that
Mhm.
word. If I unalive,
Mm,
then I will be a little disappointed, but I can say I lived a full life. And so It's okay if I pass on to the other dimension. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
However, I do have a lot to do. And I think that this cancer healing journey, starting on diagnosis day, it gave me a sense of purpose. Like I almost promised myself, if I make it, when I make it, because it was my cancer healing journey, when I make it, I am going to love and help others in a way that I haven't done before. Like before, I knew I had to love and help others, but now it's on top of everything. Everything I do is about loving and helping others. It's not about, oh, they're doing this, I'm doing that. They didn't do this for me. Or, I paid for this, they paid for that, or this, oh, they're mean to me, or that's like, it's nothing to do with that. It's almost like all of that is like noise.
Yeah.
It's all about, okay, this person might have a bad day. I'm going to put myself in their shoes. Now, if they're abusive or whatever, bye, bitch. But, you just become, it kind of gives you a whole different perspective
Yeah.
on living your life in a way that you put your purpose first. But it
Mhm.
all starts in diagnosis day.
Yeah.
That's crucial. Like, what are you going to, how you react, I think, to diagnosis day is going to determine your journey.
Uh,
That's how I feel.
I think I'll yes and that because I think people, of course, they grow through it. If you have an absolutely adverse reaction where you're like, oh my gosh, worst
Yes,
case scenario, I do think people can come back from that and
a
say,
hundred
you know what?
percent.
Oh gosh, that was me sitting in the negative. I've
Yes,
now experienced that. I don't have to see the world that way, and they can continue on. So I think it gives them the foundation.
yes,
And I hope that everyone who's diagnosed starts from a positive foundation, but I can't even
yes.
say that I did. I
Not
came from
really. Right, right.
a shocked and numb foundation where
Yeah,
I ended up. Oh, Grace, I'll ask you this. I'll share it and then I'll ask you. But I ended up calling a handful of friends and
yes,
family just so
yes,
that I could have someone to process with.
yeah.
No one picked up,
Oh,
and
oh
I was
no.
crying. Everyone called back, so
Yeah,
we're good. But it was like that moment where it was like, oh, I have to sit with this myself. And I
yeah.
think
I'm
that was kind
alone.
of like that the universe going like, they're going to be there for you, but you have to be there for yourself first.
Yes,
And it
yes.
was, and looking back on it, I can see that as what it was, as a practice to self love and just self care. And go,
Yes.
it's okay to feel this way. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be scared.
I'm
And
angry too.
angry and just confused and
Yes.
everything. Grace, who
Yeah.
did you call a bunch of people or did you just kind of
I was dating someone who dumped me later because my boobs were not going to be symmetrical. Oh
oh,
no, what?
garbage? Oh my gosh,
Very.
what a garbage human. I'm sorry. Oh,
When you hear the word trash?
trash, basura. In your language,
Sí,
how many languages can we say it in? Okay.
basura. I know
Yeah,
it sounds
exactly.
like garbage.
Garbage.
I don't know.
So
I made that up.
write in, tell us what garbage is in many languages, any of the languages you
Mhm.
speak, and we will just attribute that to people who leave people going through cancer because their boobs aren't going to be the same.
Oh, can you imagine?
Oh my gosh.
He didn't
Wild.
feel romantic after my surgery.
You're like, I'm sorry, my
But
lady, so nice and perky. What's you get
yeah,
the
no,
best of both worlds. Anyway,
listen,
yeah.
good riddance.
Whole
Good. That's another thing, the beauty of cancer.
yeah.
It kind of filters the people in your life. And the ones that stay with you, holy shit, you better stick to them. Like the ones who take care of you. They
Yeah.
bring you food, they just make sure you're okay. They
Gosh.
do your laundry. I had my
I
friend do my laundry.
I had a friend who she drove up from Costa Mesa. I'm in Los Angeles, so that's like a 2 hour drive. She made soup, like multiple soups that we
Oh,
put in the freezer that I could have after each of my chemo treatments. She brought like beautiful plants for me, filled my fridge, all of this, and like it was amazing. It was such like what a blessing. What a
love.
blessing. Yeah, exactly. Those are the people. Not that, and again, you may not have the resources she had for the
Yes.
people in your life, but
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
just showing up with a text, showing
Yes.
up with a call, um,
A hug.
a
How
hug.
about a hug?
Yeah.
Those people are not Müll in
Yeah.
German, which is trash.
Yeah.
Mood.
That
I love. Thank you for
mood.
that, Emily.
It's mood.
Totem mold. That's his middle name.
Yeah, that's
But I forgot what my point was.
hang on to the good ones because it filters cancer
Yes.
filters out the garbage. It
Yes.
really does. It really does. And that it filters out the garbage in us too. We don't put up with things
Yes.
like negative self-talk. No,
Yes.
I'm pretty freaking amazing. I can do anything and anything that
Yes.
I'm not good at. If I want to get better, I'll go get better. If I don't, okay, I don't care. Like,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And going back, now I remembered,
yeah.
going back to you asked me about who did you call. So I called him. I called my adopted brother,
Mhm.
Clint. I also texted my friend David, who's also like a brother. I have a lot of brothers, apparently.
I love it.
And I was like, don't tell. I told them, don't tell anyone, don't tell anyone. And Clint was like, you might want to tell Heather because she wants, I know she will want to help. And so I told Heather, and Heather has been my angel all throughout this treatment. She took me to all the appointments. We laughed our
Mhm.
asses off in the middle of like, I'm going to surgery, whatever. I have a goofy post anesthesia story. By the way, I did my last surgery, you guys, was when I was 5 years old. I'm a way past five. So I was terrified of surgery. I never had
Oh.
surgery except when I was five. That was it. You too?
I didn't have surgery ever until the year before when I had my tonsils removed. And I'm not good. We'll go into this in another episode, but I
And
am not
episode
good with
36.
needles, with blood. Emily, the one who popped up, Moon, she is not moved. She is the opposite of
No,
moved. Emily
she's,
was
yeah,
the
she
opposite,
looks
like
like it.
goddess.
Yes.
Um, she took me to surgeries. She took me to chemo, all of
Oh,
that
thank
stuff. That's
you.
her.
Hey,
So
Emily. Woo,
she
thank you,
knows
Emily.
I am terrible
Yeah.
at needles, at people taking my blood. My body does not like it. Yeah.
And they have to put the thingy, the butterfly. Oh,
Yeah, they do. Right in the hand. Right in the
oh,
arm. My
oh,
arm's
the hand. No, no, no. It is so painful when they do that. It's so, I have scar tissue here because I only can use one arm because I had a full
Oh,
mastectomy on the right, so I can only use my left arm.
yeah.
So the veins are really skinny, so they have to go always here. I have like a little bump from the scar tissue from like all the needles going through there. It's stupid.
So friends that are going through this, I know you get the stick, you got all the needles, all the things. It's okay. Even though I'm not great at it now, it's been over a year. I am better at it, and I have found a way to communicate with healthcare practitioners and just let them know, like, hey, this is a really challenging thing for me. And I very specifically, and actually Emily helped me discover this. Tell them the minute I walk in, I need your best phlebotomist. Do not be embarrassed to ask for their best.
Yep.
If you struggle, I have small veins as well. I need your best phlebotomist. You have one shot at this or two shots at this. You'll get to know your body, how many times you can actually sustain them attempting to insert a needle into your arm. So ask for the best every single time. Do not shy away from it.
100% agree, and advocate for yourself. I had a mammogram last year, and I have an implant. They took the whole boob out, so all I have is an implant under my pec and some cadaver tissue. She wanted. She was fighting me. She wanted to squish. I'm like, there's no tissue. How are you going to squash my implant? You can't do that. And we were fighting. I was like, I want another technician. This
Oh,
is
good for you.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what? You're not gonna. I was like, don't not touch my right boob. Stay away from my right boob.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight you. Yeah. No, she wanted to squash it. I'm like,
No, no.
it's
Ultimately,
like,
they work for you. You get to choose.
yeah,
It's your body. You get to choose what is done
yes,
to your body. If you don't want to have surgery, you don't have to. If you don't want to have that, you don't have to.
yes,
I fully advocate getting cancer removed from your body. Find the way
yes,
that works for you.
yes.
But Grace, wait, you have cadaver tissue?
I have. Okay, you guys want to? I'm gonna disclose. Okay.
I love that you are part like a dead person.
Yeah, I know. I'm Pat. Yes, I'm.
I
I'm
love
partly
it.
dead.
I
So
love it.
I know, me too. But let me tell you, whatever vibe this person had is excellent because I had not, they say the DNA
It
from
does.
the tissue they put in kind of affects your DNA and your,
Mhm.
neurons and everything. This person was the chillest motherfucker, excuse my language, but the
Mhm.
chillest. I'm telling you, because I'm like, I actually became even more chill after
Oh,
Tommy. I called the cadaver tissue Tommy, and my implant is Tracy. So Tracy is in the middle, and then Tommy is hugging her. So the initials of my new boob are Titty,
Titty.
Titty,
And Big Mama.
and Big Mama. Oh, Big Mama girl, she smokes and everything, but she never gets cancer. But she
No.
smokes. She's hey, what's up? I've been around for
Badass.
some time. Yeah, that's Big Mama.
Both your girls are badass in their own
They're
way.
badass in their yes.
I love it. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. It just makes me so happy that you have some. I don't know. Someone else's too. Okay, but
I know
that's
it's
because I like the I like the dead stuff.
no, it's
That
fine.
sounds weird.
Listen, everything is energy. It's like
Yeah,
their
there you go.
energy
There
is
you go.
in me, so I am a better person because of Tommy. I'm not kidding you. I
Yeah.
think that there's something, and like I said, this person was really, really chill. Because I'm sure if I would have gotten tissue from somebody that was kind of,
Yeah.
it would have affected me a little bit. But
It really does. There's scientific proof that the neurons hold it's memory essentially. It's not
yes,
genetically woven, but it is a genetic, it's a memory of the life, the energetic memory. And there have been things where people have had visions, like
yes,
when they've had a heart transplant or eyes or whatever it is. When you absorb another person's physical body, some of the elements, some of the memories, some of the energies are part of you now. um,
yes.
yeah, so that's amazing. I'm so glad you got a chill
I
buddy.
know. I
Yeah.
love Tommy. I talk to them. In the beginning, I used to talk to Tommy, to Titty. I would like cradle, like, okay, like it's my baby. Let me tell
Yeah.
you real quick before we leave and we tell people how we
Yeah.
can help them. Um, Post anesthesia, my friend Heather was there. Okay. It was a 5.5 hour surgery because they took the boob out and put the new
Mhm.
one in. Right. So it was
Right.
like a long surgery. And so I come out like dry heaving, like I'm totally out of it. And all I remember was seeing Heather over there and she asked me a question and they were like, she's really out of it. She's about to throw up, whatever. And
Mhm.
so I wake up and Heather's not there anymore. Okay.
Mhm.
A year later, Heather says, girl, you were so funny after your anesthesia. I'm like, what? She thought I remembered. She says, no, listen, this is what you did. You were trying to get the gauze off because you wanted to meet her. I wanted to meet my new boob like it was my baby. She said I was talking about the boob like it was my baby.
That's so you.
I
That is
know. And now it was like, no, honey, you cannot take let it go. You can't do that.
oh
I
my
want
god.
to meet her. Like it was like a little kid. Like I want to meet her.
I after my surgeries, I think maybe we just revert to little kid stuff because
No.
I remembered everyone's name and I was like, thank you so much. Thank you. I hope you have a good day. Thank you. Thank you. Like,
Oh,
but floating. I was floating and apparently I thanked
yes.
everyone.
That is good. The drugs, amazing.
Oh,
Yes.
that'll be another
Girl,
story. My goodness. I'm not allowed to have that anymore because I see why people enjoy it.
I'm telling you, even like before the anesthesia,
Mm.
like the 5 seconds when it's getting in your veins and you know it. Because I look up, I'm like, oh, the ceiling looks so cool. And I'm on it right now. Yes. Oh, that's me.
I literally asked the nurse, I was like, what was that? She's like, and I was like, no, the name, then what was it? And she's like, some
Girl.
like oxy or something. I don't remember anymore, thank God. But it was one of those big things that was like, oh, there's an issue out on the street of people being addicted to this. I see why. Crack.
100%. Let me
Mm-hmm.
tell you, it just takes you away from reality
Oh,
and everything is cool. It's like everything is so chill.
yeah. And I'm like,
And
do
yeah,
it. Do what you got to do. I believe in you. And I'm like, I don't know these people. I hope I'm in a hospital. Like,
it's so confusing.
oh my gosh.
But,
Um,
oh my God.
so
We have a
I
minute
know.
and we want to tell people that we are here to help you guys. Um, we are going to team up with nonprofits, like Jazz said,
Yeah.
and we are going to do fundraisers to donate to different organizations, nonprofits. Also, we're here. We're doing this because, like we're talking about Diagnosis Day. You feel so alone.
Mm.
So we want you to know that we are here for you. We've been through the process, we've been through the journey. The two of us been through we're a triple threat: surgery, chemo, and radiation. Like we've
Boom.
done it all.
Yeah. Um,
So we want to help you. So in the comments, you can ask us questions or DM us if you want. We are actually going to put our link tree on the bio, so you guys can connect with us on any of the platforms. Feel free to approach us when it comes to somebody dealing with cancer. That's like my number one priority. When I see a message like that, I get lots of messages, but that's my priority. And I know Jess is the same way.
Yeah, if any way that we can support you, please. Some people go through this alone. Both of us were very lucky to not go through it alone. So please, whether it's you or someone you know, or what you're just stumbling upon this, you're not alone. We're here and we can help connect you, but we can also just be there to support you and talk to you. And then Grace, I want to give them just a little breathing tip, because I've talked a little bit about the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. So our sympathetic nervous system is that thing that got activated when we were diagnosed, like, fight or flight. So to get back into regulation, we activate the parasympathetic, and all you need to do is breathe in really slowly for a count of 4, and you need to breathe out for more than 4. So 6, 8. So as long as your inhale is shorter than your exhale, your parasympathetic is going to begin to activate and you can relax. Okay. And then your mind will clear and you can make some really well-informed decisions. Okay.
100%. It quiets your mind for sure. All those intrusive thoughts go away, right? Thank you, Jazz. That
Yeah.
was great. Thank you.
And
Yeah.
I'll make sure we have something up on the page so that you can have a session and practice. We can practice together.
Yes, 100%. We're going to have Jazz is probably going to do some, not probably, she will do some wellness shorts.
Yep.
And I have some series called What My Boyfriend Cancer Taught Me that I'm going to post on this channel.
Laughter is medicine.
Yes, it was my boyfriend. That's all I lived for, like a very abusive boyfriend. Yeah, I called him my narcissistic abuser. My third one. I had 2 already. So third time is a charm. So bye, narcissistic abuse.
We're done.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Exactly. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Emily, for teaching us how to say trash in German. Müll. I love it.
Müll people. No Müllmen. That's another t-shirt right there. No Müllmen.
Instead of Mad Men, Müllmen. You can do a series.
Yes.
But there's a lot of good men out there, that
No
goes
Müll people. We'll just say people. It doesn't have to be
people in general. Yeah. Just Mull motherfuckers. I don't know. I like the alliteration. I like that word. That's my favorite word, you guys. I'm sorry if I say it a lot. Hopefully YouTube will not count on, but yeah. It is, because you can say it in anger.
What?
Or you can say the word. Or you can say
it's a good one. It's gold.
It's great.
I do think we should teach everybody that, and
absolutely
let people run wild with it. It's one of the most inventive words. You can put it in any part of a sentence.
And also like the intent behind it. If you're angry, you motherfucker. If you're like somebody sexy, oh, you sexy motherfucker, or it's like if they're a badass, you're a badass motherfucker. It's a compliment.
Yeah.
So I curse a lot because I'm a comedian, so that's my excuse. What's yours?
I don't have an excuse. I just like it.
You don't curse, actually. I'm the one who curses like
what are you talking about? I do too.
Yeah, a little bit, but not as bad. I'm like, my mouth is mood.
Just to leave you all on this too. I know we're gonna wrap up, but one of my big takeaways from cancer was just like, fuck everything. Doesn't matter. Nothing really. Nothing like what makes me happy. As long as I'm not harming other people, I'm gonna go for gold. Like, we're gonna shoot for the stars. We're gonna dream about it, because that's what we're meant to do in this life. Don't play safe.
Yeah.
Go play big. Fuck it.
No, fuck it. Who cares? I don't give up. I don't give up. Fuck. I don't give up. I don't give up. Fuck. So that's gonna be. We should do some like a rap intro song.
Done.
I don't give up. I don't give up.
I don't give up. Okay.
Exactly. All right. A lot of people stayed. Let me tell you, the people that tuned in, they stayed. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. We are doing this once a week on Thursdays at 1 p.m. Pacific time, which would be 3 p.m. Mountain time, and then 4 p.m. Eastern time. I know my times.
Nailed it. Yeah, good job, Grace.
Thank you.
Good job, friends.
Yes, yes. All right, you guys.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week. All right, I'm going to end the stream here, and